Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go, let's go. Let's start this show. Let's go, let's go.
Let's start this show. Good morning, good morning. What is poppin', crew? What is poppin'? I know y'all like this nigga here. It's 9:27 a.m. What happened to 6:30 a.m.? Listen. I told you my Thursday nights are my Friday nights now. It's the new Friday night, so I definitely went out and had me another $20 pitcher by myself. Not by myself, but I had it to myself. And so this was a result of that. But I am so glad to be back with you all again so we can count down and talk about the things that have went on in today's news since this week. We didn't recap a lot this week, but we're back to talk about it. We're going to talk about a Mexico apologizing. What's that all about? We're going to get into this woman ditching her daughter after stealing from the store. She runs out the store, leaves the baby in the stroller, and continues running. Baby, we got to get into it. We're going to talk about this child who was told to get back to work, slave. We're going to get into Monique, Will Smith. We're going to get into Glo Rilla, Angie Stone, and D'Angelo. We're going to get into Debra Lee and some other clips and good things. So thank y'all for being here. Make sure you hit that like button. Shout out to the subscribers, the dopest subscribers. And shout out to the members and moderators who come through and support me all the time. Now, if you didn't get a chance to hit that like button on the way in, please go ahead and do so now. And if you're one of those folks who like to wait till the last minute, I want to see what you're talking about, Roman. That's cool. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notification bells. And should you want to compliment the channel, support the channel, feel free to always send a cash app to $Roman L. Jackson. All love counts, all love matters. It definitely goes back to the channel. And it keeps me motivated to keep coming back to you all. It's like a pat on the back. Good job, Roman. So shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here. Good morning. Good morning. Now, crew, good morning. Before I begin, I definitely want to say happy Women's History Month. We're still rocking and rolling in Women's History Month. Hence why this show, we have all these women here. Now you're probably looking like, well, what the hell? A couple of them have some great quotes, but we have some great, very interesting stories from all of them. So I wanted to talk about them today. And before I begin, I definitely want to say I know that some of you all are from the beef sector, and we have experienced a storm over these last 24 hours, and some of us are still sitting in awe and shock. And listen, I am too. You're not alone. I'm still like, wow, this really happened. So this is really going on. So I guess it's a congrat. The only winner out of this entire situation, and congratulations to, is VS. At the end of the day, so she accomplished what she set out to do, which was conquer and divide. And it happened, unfortunately, with two of one of the the greats, the OGs in the beef sector, which is Lady Nika and Spill It Boy TV. Shout out to both of them. I like them individually. This is why I tell people to like people individually, because when they break up, you have to choose a side. I don't have to choose a side, and I tell you, don't choose a side. Period. Now let's get into the quote of today. So I wanted to start the show off with a quote of the day, and I think it's just so relevant. So relevant. This quote is: be grateful for any breakdowns. It means your mission is getting clear. Peace is within you, money is flowing your way. You found out who your real friends are, and you are making health a priority. Okay. Now listen, that's not to nobody in particular. It literally came up like Tuesday, and I said, let me say this. I don't know what day I'm gonna need this for. And I needed it today. I'm gonna read it again. And if you take some piece of it, take it out. But be grateful for any breakdowns. It means your mission is getting clear. Peace is within you, money is flowing your way. You found out who your real friends are, and you are making health a priority. Okay? Just be grateful. Sometimes we wallow and we weep in some of the breakdowns that we go through, but you don't even know. I always tell people that you don't even know that is a transformation. That's a lesson. You're learning something. Like, be grateful for some of those moments. Now, you may have some moments where you break down and it ain't your fault. Be grateful for those too, because it may reveal some things that you didn't might know about yourself. So I wanted to share that with you all. Don't know who might needed it, but I thought it was a great quote. Good morning, crew. Ruby Reed. Good morning. I will be back. Welcome, Ruby Reed. Welcome to the channel. Hey, Bobby. Good morning. Cause why was I up early, but you started late? Ugh. F. Bobby, thank you. Bobby, Risa, good morning. Good morning, Risa. Hey, Kwani. Yes. That's Duchess. That's Duchess. Yeah, that's him. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Brick Girl. Thank you for coming through, boo. Late self, just late. We cannot see you. Oh, never mind. Oh, I'm like, wait. What up, pretty chocolate girl? Good morning, sister wifey. Good morning. Damn, what happened? What I need to go see? Oh, Risa. Oh, what? Wait, where? Wait, where? Hey, Joe. Good morning. Good morning, Joe. Good morning. Yes, baby. It went down. Zap. Good morning. Thank y'all for coming through. It went down yesterday, baby. Just it went down. Shout out to the beef sector for being like so entertaining this week. This has been truly entertaining. Now let's just jump right into the local news, y'all. We got some things to talk about, to get into. Thank y'all for being here with me this morning as we count down this stuff. So the first story I want to talk about is what we saw yesterday. The cartel has apologized. They've apologized in a letter format in kidnapping murder of Americans, and turns in members responsible. Now, before I begin, because I'm gonna present you the evidence, the receipts of what I'm about to say to back it up, crew, do y'all really think they apologize? Let me take it one step further. Do you think they give a damn about killing Americans? No, it has nothing to do with the Americans. It has nothing to do. It has to do with that Mexican woman that they shot and killed. They in Mexico right now are going through so much more shit about them killing a Mexican woman and letting a black American woman live. That's how deep this shit is. That's why they're responding. And I'm gonna show you what the articles actually, go into detail about, the fact that this is nothing to do with they would have shot Americans and hit them and kept them going. It's the fact that an innocent Mexican woman of native heritage that a lot of people respected, she was caught in the innocent bystander and she was shot and killed as well. So we find ourselves here. So, and it's so sad because they dropped off these men, right? Now look at them. One in the middle smiling, just smirks on their face. Now, crew. Now, you saw that image, right? I want you to look at this image of actually the shooters. actually what we saw. Actually, the people we saw holding the guns on the ground. Now, you tell me, them people sitting on the ground, do they look anything like the shooters? First thing I said was, oh, they must be low on the totem pole and they know they have to give their life up. Look at this. First thing I go is, you see this big man sitting here holding a gun with the backpack? I ain't see this. I ain't see him nowhere sitting in this lineup. Now I looked. Where he at, y'all? Which one was that? Don't tell me it was him in a red shirt. You fooling me. So y'all already know what this is. We're gonna just turn you in. Because honestly, even if they go to prison there, the likelihood they probably would escape, get out. This is the cartel, and not just one cartel. We've come to find out that this was several cartels that came together to issue this apology. And I had one name of the cartel, which I'm still not mentioning their names, but I had one name of the cartel. Come to find out, bitch, it was like 7 of them under this collective, the Gulf Cartel. You got all these different ones issue this apology. And so first thing I did was look. I'm like, look at him. The one in the middle, he laughing. And then you go and look at the actual image of what happened that day and watch the video clip. None of these men look like these men at all. But for the sake of we're doing the right thing, we're here. So they issued that. Now let's talk about the statement. First part of the statement, the Gulf Cartel apologizes to the Society of Matamoros. First part of the statement. Do you hear that, crew? The Gulf Cartel apologizes to the Society of the Matamoros, the relatives of Miss Arale. Okay? That was the first 2 things they came out and said. We are sorry for what happened in this community, to the society. And we're sorry to the family of this woman. Okay? Then they proceed not to mention the names of the relatives that they killed, because if you was really sorry about them, you'd also list their names too, right? So they go on to say, and the affected American people and families, reads the handwritten letter referring to a Mexican woman who was killed in the shootout. Now, some more clarity comes. The Gulf Cartel Scorpion Group strongly condemns the events of last Friday. For this reason, we decided to hand over those directly involved and responsible for the acts who at all times acted under their own determination and in discipline and against the rules in which the Gulf Cartel always operates. If this isn't some bold shit, do you understand? Now let's put this in terms of America. Okay, so let's say a gang goes out and does some things, kills someone, and it was the wrong. They send a letter to the police station and drop off the people and says, this was not the rules in which the gang operates. They did this on their own. First of all, bitch, you in a gang? So the fact that you can literally lay out that, yeah, we in the cartel, yeah, it was the cartel, yeah, it was us, but they wasn't acting in our standard procedures, operating procedures, that's a problem. That's not an American problem, that's a Mexico issue. And this letter is supposed to just facade the issue. Oh, we're okay now. No, nigga. Because for me, I think they need to go to the cartel. They need to go a little bit further. A little bit further. So here's the reason. The official who confirmed the apparent legitimacy of the letter said Mexican and U.S. law enforcement officials investigating the kidnapping strongly doubt the sincerity of the group's apology. But they suspect the apology was issued after the attack brought considerable public attention and scrutiny onto the actions of the cartel, and specifically that woman. It goes on to say and so here's the larger issue. All right, so we talked about this. I talked about this when this first happened on Monday. The larger issue here is that the United States has been telling Mexico that you got to do something about your cartels. You have to do something. It's been a long-standing issue. Problem is that the current drug on the market that Mexico is pushing to the United States is fentanyl. Major, biggest thing. And fentanyl is providing huge sums of cash for who? The cartel. And so the cartel then funnels that money to who? To protect them and keep this business alive. Allegedly, the Mexican government. So there's been this back and forth. You need to protect them fentanyl. Well, let us do it. We'll mind our bit. Don't you do nothing. We'll do it. Well, now we're at a crossroads where we have Americans who have died because of some drug cartel related situation, and fentanyl was at the issue. Fentanyl was at the transaction. Was it the issue at the end of the day? Fentanyl. So now we're here. So United States went over there. Now I said, now look, United States can go over there about fentanyl, but they couldn't go over there about Shanquilla, huh? They couldn't get over there quick. It took the family and the family's attorney to go, what, 4 to 5 months later? But this happened, what, Tuesday, Monday? I mean, I'm talking about last week. And United States is over there now. Hey, what's up? I said, look at y'all. All right. So the fatal kidnapping and the possibility it was carried out by a cartel has brought increased attention to ongoing efforts by U.S. and Mexican officials to curb cartel activity. That is a primary driver of the fentanyl trade between the countries. Mexico is the dominant source. A U.S. delegation traveled to Mexico this week to discuss our government's ongoing cooperation in combating illicit fentanyl. The delegation plans to address the kidnapping and discuss a fundamental strategy to attack the cartels. And so they're clear. This is, and it's always sad that at the root of all of these crimes and things we hear about shit happening in Mexico, there's some really underlying issue. Had Mexico cracked down on fentanyl and the drug cartels a lot sooner, a lot earlier, we wouldn't be in these kind of situations. But we are. And so we get these issues that make these issues bubble to the top. Now we know fentanyl, drug trade in Mexico, in those areas, do not travel is a big deal. Okay, it shouldn't take this, but it did. And it's a big deal. So I want everybody to take this serious. And I want y'all to check out this clip. And crew, hit that like button. And I hope y'all enjoying the commentary so far. And if y'all have any opinions about this apology letter, drop them in the chat. I want to know what you think about it. To me, period, it was bullshit. It's like, oh, okay. All right, I see you. But that's what y'all do over there, and that's cool. That shit ain't cool over here. It ain't cool over here. No way, sir. But y'all check this out.
Now, about a fifth person who almost joined the 4 Americans who were kidnapped in Mexico in that minivan. The group all grew up together, according to the wife of one of the survivors. They were from South Carolina.
Now, crew, let me just also remind you, and I said this on Monday, and it was so weird because a lot of people didn't talk about it, but there was 5 people traveling down to Matamoros. One of them could not go because they didn't have their passport information, so they stayed back in the Brownsville Hotel in Texas. That person is the person who ignited and called the police, okay? A lot of people are like, yeah, it was 4 Americans that went down and they got caught. Yeah, but the whole story, the complete story, is that it was 5. 4 got caught up because it could have been 5. And the reason you tell the other person is because that person can now come out and give us information that we wouldn't have never had before about this situation. So I think she's going to be doing an interview. Please don't do Good Morning America. Please don't do Good Morning America because they always don't let you take the clips. Go somewhere else, girl. ABC, somewhere else, and give us some information. So check this out. Please don't go to Good Morning America.
Where the local community held this vigil last night. NBC News correspondent Morgan Chesky is near the southern border in Brownsville, Texas. He's following this for us. Morgan, we just learned that the cartel sent a letter to the Mexican police. What do we know?
Yeah, Kate, this is a wild development here that's just happening in the last hour or so. These have been photos and a picture of a letter that is now circulated on social media. I do want to credit my colleague Ken Delanian for just confirming through a senior law enforcement official who told NBC News that this letter does appear to be a statement of apology from the Gulf Cartel, which, of course, resides primarily in neighboring Matamoros, just across this international bridge, Kate. I want to read you a portion of that letter and then talk about the several photos that accompanied it. But But this was a letter that appeared today on behalf of the cartel, saying in part that they strongly condemn the events of Friday, March 3rd. Of course, that being the date of this horrific kidnapping last week, in which unfortunately an innocent working mother died. That was the Mexican national, Kate, and 4 American citizens were kidnapped, of which 2 died. For this reason, we have decided to hand over those involved and directly responsible for the events, who at all times acted under their own determination and indiscipline and against the rules in which the CDG has always operated, that acronym standing for the Gulf Cartel. So, Kate, essentially the larger organization disavowing a faction within it. And we saw photos of multiple men sitting tied in front of a pickup truck. Very important to note here, Kate, we do not have confirmation that those men have been taken into custody by Mexican law enforcement at this time. But we do have a senior law enforcement official in the United States saying that he does believe this letter and believes photos released by the cartel are indeed real. Much more to come, though. Kate?
Yeah.
Listen, as much as I want to believe those photos and want to believe the letter, it's all bullshit to me. It's PR. It's the best PR they got going out of Mexico right now. Now, if this works and get away with it, what do you think happens moving forward when the cartel fucks up? It's a slippery slope for us to be out here saying, "Oh, they apologize." Woohoo! First, I'm like, apologize. Let's break this apology letter down. Clearly, this is not an apology for what they did. This is an apology because it makes them look bad. And the fact that they can get away with this shit, what gang can drive up to the police department, drop off 5 people, position them so you can take the photo and then take the letter? Where is that happening? That's not acceptable. Now, so I got to go to the police. What's up? So yeah, we're here. We'll see if justice comes. I did see a comment in the chat. Risa said that which is so true. Fentanyl is more important than Shanquilla's death for the U.S. Kills way more people and have a greater impact. Is priority based, and this is a good point. We talked about that. We definitely talked about that, and this is a good point. And we see how quickly they're moving because fentanyl is an issue. And then for Mexico, it's two-sided because they have tourism, and it affects their tourism community. So of course they would want an apology letter. It softens the cartel's image. It makes it look like they don't really want to get tourists. They want to get the bad people. They want to get drug dealers and stuff. It totally tries to soften the blow, but no, it don't work for me. I still ain't carrying my ass nowhere near a do not travel area. Crazy. Bobby, my sister passed away on February. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. It's been a lot, but I'm getting back to myself, so I'm back. I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. I hope everything is well. I'm sorry, and my condolences to your family. I hope y'all are together and supporting each other. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. What up, Slim Body? What up? What's up? Yeah, you get my condolences, definitely. I think it was bullshit. They trying to save face with their people, not the American people. Good morning, Kings Mina. Good morning. I want to know how Mr. Man's wife didn't know. Girl, Kings Mina. So you mean to tell me, right? Saturday morning, she texted her man trying to figure out what's going on. She's not getting a response. She didn't even know he was going. You with me both. We still will be having a conversation to this day. I'm confused. Why they decided to drive through Mexico, though? You do not drive to them borders because of the cartels. That's a damn shame because they assholes are getting their money messes with that's the only reason they apologize. Absolutely. Hey, Chef Don Don. Shout out to Chef Don Don. Good morning. Risa, I agree. I think it's more to this story than a tummy tuck. You think they was going to get fentanyl too? Some drugs too? It's real, but it's not genuine. They know what they're doing. Period. Hey, Joanna. Good morning. It's good to see you, Joanna. His wife didn't know. We would love for you to join the membership. His wife didn't know. All right, so let's get into this other piece of bullshit coming out of the U.S. government. Yeah, I said it. Roman said it. Do what you need to do, YouTube. Do what you said. I said it. So the Department of Justice goes forward and gives us a report on some shit we all know. Ain't it some shit somebody come out here and say, so we just found out. we just found out that you really only have 2 arms. I know it's been debate. I know, but you really only have 2 arms. That's exactly what the Department of Justice did in this bullshit ass Louisville, Kentucky report. And so it finds, of course, everything we knew. Uses excessive force. Duh. Conduct searches based on invalid warrants. Well, no shit. Unlawfully execute search warrants without knocking and announcing. Any point I'm reading this list, let me know if something new is coming about that we have never discussed here on the channel. That would be a test to me if we have not discussed it. As much as we do local news, let me know if we have not discussed it. All right, let's go. Uses excessive force, including unjustified neck restraints and the unreasonable use of police dogs. Conducts searches based on invalid warrants. Unlawfully executes search warrants. Unlawfully stops. Unlawfully discriminates against Black people in its enforcement activities. Violates the rights of people engaged in protected free speech critical of policing. You know how many times we talk about, remember that what was it, Arizona? You couldn't be within 8 feet of the police officers filming in public places, or you couldn't be on private property without the person's permission. Child, we know, along with Louisville Metro, discriminates against people with behavioral health disabilities when responding to them in crisis. No shit, Sherlock. Now, so for me, Roman, and our channel and how we break shit down, that wasn't the juicy shit to me. I read the whole report and I said, okay, yeah, nah. So now let's get to the juicy shit of this report. So in looking at Louisville and investigating Louisville since they have been doing this, let me pull out my notes. Can't freestyle off my brain all the time. I'm getting a little old with it. They have been doing this report since April 2022. And April 26, 2021, they started doing this report, right? So this has been what, 3 years, we can say about almost 3 years. 3 years. It was really done confidentially. It was really done privately. So a lot of times, some of the things they were doing, police officers didn't know that they were there in the present moment working on part of the Department of Justice. This was the shit that I found like, oh, okay, so now listen what they found candidly. So candidly, some officers demonstrate disrespect for the people they are sworn to protect. Some officers have videotaped themselves throwing drinks at pedestrians from their cars, insulted people with disabilities, and called Black people monkeys, animal, and boy. That shit was crazy to me. I said, so you caught them doing this shit red-handed in real time? That speaks volumes. That to me goes more than just the police. That's that blue wall, that code of silence. The fact that you think because I'm just coming in here, I look like a police officer, you're comfortable being your normal self, which is talking like this, throwing drinks at a pedestrian. That's not in front of someone you don't even know. That's just here a couple of months. Oh yeah, they transferred in. No, nigga, they from the Department of Justice. You better watch everything you say. No, these niggas was running around carrying on their normal selves. And so it goes on to say this conduct erodes community trust and the unlawful practices of Louisville Metro Police Department. Now here's my thing. When the reports like this get put out, I want every motherfucking person who felt like their rights were violated during this 3-year period, baby, I need you to look at your fucking rights. See if you got a lawsuit, a case, a valid case. Because now it's clear as day and they can't dispute it. You got clear evidence. Sir, Your Honor, and you can look at page 4 of the report that the Department of Justice released. You'll notice that the claim that I'm actually talking about, they specifically highlight. Now, the date in question that they're talking about, I want to say mine's happened about 3 months later. Baby, you better get in that courtroom and play that shit up. And so it further goes on to say that the things that are found in this investigation are things that the community has been saying, not since Breonna Taylor, but for decades. To be able to finally get some type of acknowledgement that the LMPD, okay, has been terrorizing the Black community specifically, but then also those with disability, it's a relief. But this is really now where the work starts over again. And so a lot of people said, duh, we know this. And even the community know it. Duh, we knew this shit. So now the real work starts, right? So what happens next? Well, now they're talking about, so this is one of 8 investigations. They also have them going on right now, currently as I'm talking. Minneapolis Police Department, the Phoenix Police Department, the Mount Vernon, New York Police Department, the Louisiana State Police, the New York City Police Department Special Victims Division, and the Worcester, Massachusetts Police Department, and the Oklahoma City Police Department. So be on the lookout for all these reports to come tell us shit that we already know. My thing now is give us some shit we don't know. Tell us how many times these people have been written up for this behavior and who, like, hold people accountable. I think that's becoming more and more important for us. And so another report is coming out of the Department of Justice. Ain't this some shit? Department of Justice to review Memphis police use of force de-escalation policies following Tyree Nichols' death. Now, I said this is some shit. So we got the Louisville, this report, right? This came because of Breonna Taylor. Now we get a report because of Tyree Nichols. So who else is gonna have to lead the movement for a report to be done in these other states? This is bullshit. And we've talked about this before, you all. And I want you to notice something here. They're reviewing also the de-escalation policies. Now, I've started talking about that. And I only started talking about that because my friends shared with me that there is a protocol for police to understand when you arrive on scene. Part of your priority is to de-escalate the situation. That's why I tell you all, like, you don't pull out a gun immediately. Like the man stabbing on the wheelchair, and they just shot him because they thought he was going to come after him. I said, de-escalation. First of all, you are standing so far back from this man in a wheelchair. Get in your car. Shield yourself. Stay right there. He can't get too far away. Get major help. Those are called de-escalation protocols. And so when we hear police officers instantly committed a crime, we need to start thinking, what did they do to first de-escalate that threat? I want you all to know this is like, know this shit. Know this shit. Own that shit. For real. Tell your friends, your family. Yeah, police came on the scene. What did they do? Did they do any de-escalation? Did they talk? Was there any? No, those are conversations we now got to have. It shouldn't take Tyree Nichols and Breonna Taylor for us to realize that y'all niggas ain't following y'all own protocols. For real. And I wanted to share that with y'all. I want y'all to know that. All right, now, moving politics out the way. Oh, good morning, TT. She's so sweet. Moving politics out the way. Let's get into this crazy shit. So, okay, we have this woman, right? She took her daughter to a mall, Deerbrook Mall, and she went into a Dillard's. Had her baby in the stroller and had her boyfriend, not the baby's dad, but the boyfriend. They're in Dillard's. She just shucking shit in the stroller, just throwing shit in the stroller. And so the guard comes over like, ma'am, what are y'all doing? You got to put that shit away. So her boyfriend gives him the flux, like, So after he tries to apprehend the man and arrest him, the woman takes the baby, the stroller, and the merchandise and tries to head for it out the store and out the mall, which she did in the stroller. So she's all the way into the parking lot. Now the man finally catches up with her and grabs her. Baby, do you know she let that stroller go and let herself go, got into her car and left? I'm talking about got into her car and left the scene. I didn't say go around the corner and peek around to see if he left. No, she got in her car and left. She left her child in the seat in the stroller with the merchandise, $600 worth, and the man was in the store with the other security guard. So finally, the man takes the baby, pushes it back inside with the man in custody, and so they're just there until police come. And this is where we are today. Now, this happened in February. This is where we are now, March 10th, where the story picks up, where Roman sees it on his radar, like, bitch, what? So they put out an APB, like, anybody seen this woman? We got to find this woman. Woman allegedly left child while fleeing theft seen at Dillard's in Deerbrook Mall, police said. Authorities are hoping to find a woman suspected of being involved in theft at Dillard's and leaving a small child behind. How do you leave your child behind? Crew, I'm for real. I saw the story. I said, what? Left her child behind. Police ended up having to call the child. Now this is where it gets really dumb. Police called Child Protective Services, ambulance, everybody came and checked the child out. Child Protective Services then places the child back with the mother. Child is back with the mother now. So now I think the police and everybody's mad. The police then comes out and they're now saying we want to arrest her for theft and for negligent with her child. Now, none of this came about, and I think she needs to be arrested. And yeah, but the fact that they gave the woman her child back, and so now the woman's out. She's out. She's talking. She's spitting that shit. She's mad. Ain't nobody take my child. I had my child. Ma'am, we know you didn't have your fucking child. She's pissed. And so she's out here making these statements. And it's like, shut your fucking mouth. Be quiet, because they really can't take your child. Y'all get into this crazy woman and what she had to say about people talking shit about her. And everybody know I steal. That's what I do. With your child in the stroller? That's what I do. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even think you need to be a mother. I'm just being honest. No shade, but I'm just being honest. Y'all check out what she had to say. And hit that like button, though.
Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Humble police sharing these surveillance photos of a woman accused of shoplifting and then leaving her child behind while authorities chased her outside Deerbrook Mall. Fox 26's Matthew Seedorf posting these pictures to his
Oh shit! Stop sharing.
sharing these surveillance photos of a woman accused of shoplifting and then leaving her child behind while authorities chased her outside Deerbrook Mall. Fox 26's Matthew Seedorf posting these pictures to his Facebook page tonight. Matthew, I understand you're now receiving a video response from a woman who says she did it.
Yeah, Rashi, just crazy. This is something I've never seen happen before. I made a post on Facebook. It was then shared by Grizzly's Hood News, and then a bunch of people started tagging a woman they thought they recognized from the surveillance pictures, and now she's responding with a very emotional video.
How did I get my baby back if I left my baby at the store?
In a now deleted Facebook Live tirade,
Drop the name. Tell them who it is.
a woman accused of shoplifting and abandoning her child while running from police responds to the accusations.
Not only did I steal, the world know I steal. That ain't a surprise. And so now this walking around is what I do. Shoplift, that's what the I do.
I cannot.
For nobody.
The woman online goes by Takesha, reacting to a post I made on Facebook.
It's just crazy to me how y'all wait. How these ugly white folks wait this long to post something. You post stuff trying to get more likes and more ha-ha.
On my Fox 26 page, I posted these images shared Tuesday from Humble Police. A woman wanted for stealing hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise last week from Dillard's at Deerbrook Mall. According to Humble PD, the woman, a possible boyfriend, and her baby in a stroller were confronted by a deputy while leaving the mall with a carrier full of stolen items. While the man was caught, police tell us the woman kept running, leaving behind her baby and stolen clothes in the mall parking lot.
Turn me in all you want. Y'all can tell them my name, my first name, last name, all that. I'll be out of jail tomorrow. That don't bother me. I will be out of jail tomorrow.
Takesha showing no remorse for trying to steal from Dillard's.
I ain't on no probation. I ain't on no parole. I ain't got no hoes.
Not agreeing with police on what exactly happened that day.
To get on here and say she left her child and ran. And ran for the most that'll believe I left my child and took off running.
Humble Police telling us tonight that if this woman
I can't. Girl, first of all, every citizen and taxpayer in that area needs to write their local politician to get whoever is running the Child Protective Services shut down. What do you mean they released the child back to her? Now she out here, what? If I did so wrong, why did I got my child back? Who lost their child? Yeah, they gave him back to you. And see, here's the thing, that where the police messed up too, right? Now that, only person they got in custody or holding is him, right? And so she's released, gets her baby back, and for them to put more pressure on it, now they release her pictures while she got the baby. Now they're talking about the story while it's sort of like died down because they want her held accountable. This is so fucking backwards. What kind of police? What kind of shit is this? What is this, crew? What is this? What the hell is going on here? So now she out here, what? And I got my baby, and the police is like, we're going to put the pressure on her. We're going to release these clips of her. Yeah. And I was looking at the story like, well, because I couldn't figure out like, well, how did she got her baby? What? This shit don't make no sense. This is what I'm talking about. Not only do Louisville and what's the other one? Louisville and Tennessee, baby, I think they need to come out here. I think they need to come and check the police officers here. Seriously, in Deerbrook Mall. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to be honest. Are you kidding me? Y'all just and so now the baby's just chilling. If the mother ran off with the child like that, what else you think is going on? How many meals do you think probably been skipped? Maybe a day, maybe one meal a day. I don't know. I'm putting all hypotheticals on the table. Girl, you crazy as hell. And the man just sitting there. I'm just sitting here thinking like, in Child Protective Services, Ezel on Friday having ass. Some folks dead ass do not have shame. Laugh my ass off. Everyone know that's what I do. She not doing this. She true to this. I was just about to say, look at her advertising. Laugh my ass off, not advertising her booster business, Shopee Time. Okay, Lamone, good morning. Cancel her now. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, somebody. Now, why she get on Beyonce's internet with this? Oh my God, girl, shut up. You sound slow. A certified idiot. I bet they were selling Ralph Lauren merchandise. Dealers be having that shit right by the door. They all, baby, I was in Macy's not too long ago. And I was downstairs in the men's area coming in through the cologne section, and niggas was just running out with shit at the counter. The old man could not do nothing. So I don't know why I opened my mouth, but I should have just shut my fucking mouth. I go upstairs. I'm walking. I'm done looking around. I go upstairs, and I still seeing these niggas just walking out. So I said, I think that man downstairs needs help because like they are just bum rushing the cologne. And so the lady just got on the radio. Hey, Steve, are you okay down there? You need any help? You okay? He got back on the radio and said, yeah, I'm fine. And that's when I said, let me mind my motherfucking business. I guess he getting paid off on the slide too. I guess so. So that's what I'm saying. It might be a whole plan. Shout out to Dillard's. You saw that craziness. Now let's continue with the craziness. So this woman, right? This woman, and thank y'all for being here. Make sure y'all hit that like button too. Help me stay in this algorithm. So this woman, right? She has a daughter, black daughter, in Orange County, and the woman's name is Jasmine Harris. She has a 10-year-old daughter. Now they're in Santa Ana, which is about 32 miles away from Los Angeles. So one day at school, while they're outside jump roping, kids just jump roping, right? Now, all articles in the school district don't want to release the child's race at all. So I'm going to not say the race, but I'm going to say the story. So the girl is jump roping with her friends, and then she stops. She stands on the side and lets somebody else go. Well, this boy walks over to her, whips her with the jump rope, do you listen to me? Whips her with the jump rope and says, "Get back to work, slave." So again, we're not gonna say racist, but whatever. Get back to work, slave. She looked and she was so distraught and embarrassed. So she told teachers, who did nothing. Teachers was like, "Oh, y'all just playing. Let the day go." Baby, that girl got home to her mother, and her mother pulled a King Roman news. She let them bitches have it. So now, her doing that, her letting them have it, they now have, well, there's nothing we can do, ma'am. This is a closed investigation. So she removed her daughter from the school, took her daughter out. Like, what kind of shit y'all got going on there? And now she's out here picketing with some other folks, white folks, black, they're all out picketing the school because the school is like, they let the child who did it, he's still there. Everyone's still acting like this is no big issue. Like the child did not whip the girl. Everyone's looking over that being physical. So that's a fucking assault. You whipping me? What? Now that was the only part where me and the mother differ. You whipping my child? But they're not looking at that. They're looking at this other aspect. Was there some issue going on between the child and the other student? Did she say something too? What? So we're here. Now we have this situation. So randomly, the little boy came up to her, swinging the jump rope, trying to hit her with the jump rope, telling her, "Get back to work, you slave." A spokesperson for the school district said Wednesday that officials could not provide any details on disciplinary actions regarding the minors involved, because that information is considered confidential by state and federal law. Now, I want you to notice something in that statement. It says regarding the minors involved, because in their mind, she did something wrong too. And both of them are going to face some sanctions. I said, girl, after this traumatic experience you go through, I want you to sue the tires off the principal's car. Like, that bitch needs to be on flats. This is so wrong. It's sending the wrong message. And so let me show y'all this clip. Now check out lady. Check out Shadi. Shadi, I mean, Shadi is right in all the right places. Right in all the places. She's cutie too. She a cute black woman. Shout out to Jasmine Harris. Fine black women out here handling their babies, doing what they got to do as mothers.
Santa Ana fifth grader says her daughter was racially bullied verbally and physically by another student. She claims school officials are not doing enough. The mother and daughter spoke with our Jessica De Nova, who has this report.
They have not done anything for my fifth grade daughter.
This mother says after feeling ignored, she's left with no choice but to demonstrate outside her daughter's school in Santa Ana and pull her 10-year-old out of the school district.
They're sweeping underneath the rug.
Jasmine Harris is talking about an incident on March 1st at Santiago Elementary School. Her fifth grader Paris Barnes was playing with her friends at lunchtime when she says a classmate whipped a jump rope towards her and told her, quote, "Get back to work, you slave."
It was very disrespectful, and I just felt really hurt inside.
Mom says she's not satisfied with the response from administrators on campus or staff with the Santa Ana Unified School District. Harris has taken to social media demanding answers. She wants to know whether the other fifth grader is being disciplined.
I want the little boy to get expelled. I want them to do something about this.
Harris tells Eyewitness News because the other student involved is a minor. She went to the Orange County District Attorney's Office to press charges against him, hate crime, and attempted assault on a minor. A spokesperson with the OCDA's office says they can't comment on cases involving a juvenile.
Mom, send it to me, Sandra.
Other parents among about a dozen protesters Monday expressing dissatisfaction with how bullying is handled at Santiago.
They see that it's so many kids involved and there's nothing being done about it.
There's clearly a systematic issue.
The school district superintendent says his staff are working to sit down with and make both families part of a solution, pointing to a formal independent investigation underway.
My heart goes out to Paris to the young lady, and I just, I want to make sure that she feels she gets the support that the student needs, but also making sure that we also provide the support so this doesn't happen again.
I'm not really comfortable going back to school because I don't know if he'll do it again because no one really said if he was going to be in that much trouble.
We asked the school district whether they're taking disciplinary action against the other student, but we're told they cannot make that information public. Reporting in Santa Ana, Jessica Tenova, ABC7.
Now, I'm staying tuned to this story because I want to know what's going to happen. Who's going where, which way, or why. Y'all already know what's going on here. A sensitive matter. Because probably the other family said, we'll sue too. We'll lawyer up too. Don't try to blame this just on my child. Something else happened here too. So clearly, we already know the setup for the setup, that they're looking for another child, some other minor that's going to provoke this situation. And then how you going to force both families to the table to come up with a solution based on a formal investigation? What kind of shit is that? This is not a just their situation. This is systemic and all over the school. You can't just put them in a corner and say, y'all deal with this. No, this need to be, we all need to deal with this. Here we go. All right, get it together. Now, I got to talk to y'all about this next shit. So while we're in school, let's stay in school. I told y'all about this story on Wednesday, and I wanted to talk to y'all about it because I just don't understand. I don't understand, crew, and I need y'all to help me understand. So, Houston. We're in Houston now, okay? So we have this teacher. Her name is Destiny Hillsman, 25 years old. Back in October of 2022, it had came out that she was having a relationship with not only one 13-year-old student, but another 14-year-old student. Now, this is a female teacher. And so at the time, a lot of the details wasn't released. We didn't know a lot. And so now we know what we didn't know. And like I told you, over that summer, she'd been taking these two young girls on dates to the mall, amusement parks, dinner, all that kind of stuff. Now, one would ask, was mom and dad, anybody asking, girl, where you going at this time? And what's up? You 13 years old. Your coach you going with your teacher this much? And so this is Destiny Hillsman, y'all. This is 25-year-old Destiny Hillsman. Her bond has been set at $55,000. Accused of indecency with middle school students. She groomed, texted, and kissed two middle school girls. She was fired in August of 2022. Now, she allegedly assaulted the 13-year-old victim repeatedly during the summer of 2022. She brought the 13-year-old student to the mall, a water park, and a movie before bringing the student to her home and getting into bed with her. Now, she went one step further. And I know, a lot of times we hear the word grooming. Well, we've never really went into deep in what that looks like. So she literally would text these girls, say, hey, I really, really love you, but I don't know if you love me back. She would tell them, I really want you to chase me, but I don't want to scare you off. I like it when you chase me. Little 13 and 14-year-old girls. I love you. Are you sick in the brain? She would tell them, you really can't say nothing because, I'll get in trouble for that. And if you love me, you wouldn't want me to get in trouble. I just couldn't. So check this out. I really want to see how sexual you can get, but I don't even know if you know. And so the police, one of the text, the 13-girl Hillsman told police that she is not the only one to blame for the relationship and stated the student and her both made a mistake in her charging documents. Are you kidding me? Girl, you fucked the rest of your life up for real. All because, now, here's the thing. I feel like had this been a man, we would definitely hear about this a lot. But it's a woman. So it's not, it may not come off as perverted. It may not have that that feel to it. But it definitely is. It definitely is. The nurturing factor goes out the window the minute you tell her, oh yeah, come lay in the bed with me. A 13-year-old girl, you're sick as fuck. Now, I gotta be me. Parents, mom, dad, what's up? Ain't no way. I just ain't no way I'd be able to get away doing that kind of stuff for that long, over the summer. You're not, first of all, you're not taking me to no amusement park without like my parents or some other kids being there. It ain't just me and you. What is this? But sometimes folks have that relationship. And this is why it's important for parents. If you do have those relationships with kids and a coach or a parent, maybe they may go to the amusement park, but one of them trips, won't you ride 5 cars behind just to see what's really going on? I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm trying to be honest because I'm sure these parents did not expect this. I didn't expect it. I surely thought it was a white woman. I'm being honest with you. And 2 black boys. I really did. And then when I read deeper, I said, are you kidding me? Destiny? What? So y'all check this out. Y'all let me know. Do y'all feel like the parents should have done something, should have been more involved? I certainly do.
HIC middle school teacher is facing mounting legal troubles tonight. Destiny Hilsman is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with 2 female students. Andy Sirota has been digging through court papers all day, and he's live in our newsroom with what he's uncovered. Andy?
Daniela, Destiny Hilsman is no longer working at HISD's Holland Middle School. The 25-year-old educator is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with 2 girls, a 13 and 14-year-old. According to court papers, Hilsman kissed and texted both girls, telling the 14-year-old at one point that she was her soulmate. In her statements to police, Hilsman also
What is wrong with you?
Professed her love to the 13-year-old and bought her a ring so they could have matching ones, telling her in a text message, quote, "I'm always with you forever." Also, according to court papers, Hilsman believed the 13-year-old was, quote, her person, and that if anyone ever found out about the 2 of them, she would look bad because she's an adult and the 13-year-old is a child. Court papers also state that she sent the 14-year-old a text that read, quote, "You're a good kisser. Your kisses are passionate. And I honestly don't get that a lot." Another read, "I want you to chase me because you want to, not because I want you to." Hilsman was arrested and charged in October of last year. She also told investigators she made a mistake and is not a bad person, adding that in of the cases, she wasn't the only one to blame for the relationship. Live in the newsroom tonight, Andy Sirota, KPRC 2 News.
You wasn't the only one to blame. You were the authority figure in that situation. You smut. That's what you are. Yeah, and I'm shocked you got $55,000 bond. I'm just so shocked about that. You'd expect her to have a higher bond, not to be able to come out, for them to tell her that she can't have no contact with the victims. Yeah, she shouldn't. She should be locked the fuck up. But she's out, waiting for her court date for her trial. You nasty smut. I hope you move to a whole nother city. You little freak. You telling these damn girls, what kind of shit is that? You giving them a ring and shit. Yeah, y'all. I'm telling you, it ain't just y'all. Everybody stereotyping who you need to look for. Baby, it's a new age, a new day and age. I'm telling you. Now let's get into another crazy story, and I'm calling flag on the play. So this man, right? He went missing in April of 2022. Went missing. He had told his wife that he was leaving out to go to work early. And she woke up afterwards, him leaving out allegedly, and she saw his keys, his wallet, and his car on the table, car in the driveway. So she was like, she didn't think nothing of it, but she's like, damn, where this nigga at? So she filed a missing police report after like 4 days. She filed everything and so couldn't find nothing. How about in December of 11th of this year, same year, 8 months later, she She walks into their cellar where they keep their Christmas tree, and she was pulling the Christmas tree out. She saw his body laying on the ground, mummified. She calls authorities. They all confirm it was suicide. I said, hold on now. Hold up. Wait a minute. What? And so I said, what about the smells? So apparently they had lived in a hoarding kind of lifestyle. House was all hoarded up. And she said, though over the months, especially in the summer, she smelled sewage. She always thought it was just the sewage in the basement, the pipe. So she called someone to come fix it. They fixed it and covered it up. And she said she didn't smell anything after that. And the police said, honestly, they didn't smell anything else. And so now the family her sister is like, hold up, bitch. Hold up, bitch. Now hold on now. This is cute. This sound right, but I don't know. And so here's the man. Wife finds missing husband's mummified body in their Christmas closet 8 months after his suicide. She told police that she last spoke with her husband the day before he vanished. She said he called her and told her he was leaving work early, but it seemed he never returned home that day. Her husband was gone, but he left his wallet, keys, and car. So the sister is like, hold up, bitch. I need some answers, okay? I need answers from the mayor. How is this even possible? Mistakes were made, and I want answers. If it means filing a complaint and going all the way to the governor, I will. I'm not going away. I'm just now beginning to say stuff out loud. I should have been screaming from the beginning, but I was suckered in by the police department saying they were doing their job and looking for him. And I'm absolutely on her side. How the fuck he go missing? You wasn't checking the house? Nobody, like, what? And she shouldn't be roaming free either. Y'all need to have a watch on her too. Suicide. It sounds really weird to me. So I wanted to share that craziness with you all about somebody being mummified. How he mummified. Another update. So y'all remember we talked about Raven Yates, the mother who abandoned her 2 children, flocking her ass around. Well, she's been captured and arrested. And you want to know how this heifer has been caught? She was caught because she's running around here posting updates, posting videos and shit on her Facebook and Instagram. So the police were able to ping location. So they got a location of where she was. Come to find out, she was in this place with this old ass man. So they broke down his room, got her ass out, and arrested her. And this is the picture she wanted to leave with, because she thinks she's a fucking celebrity. So they added, she was actively making posts about the situation, which led to tips, and they got her 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, and say the friend cooperated with entry into the apartment, and Yates was arrested. Now, this is the other thing. She was photographed in handcuffs with a full smile on her face, unbothered by the charges against her for allegedly putting her own children in danger. I don't know if she was playing a part or whatever it is, but she, I think, was playing for the camera. She wanted to have a smile. She wanted to look good. The arresting officer reportedly said she asked about putting lipstick on before taking a photo. That's a person who's unfit to be a mother. Okay? We need to create an unfit parent list. This lady here is unfit to be a mother. You mean to tell me they found your nasty ass in somebody's room? It sounded like it was a rooming house, in this old man's room, while your children are just out here. You shouldn't have children. You shouldn't have a fucking child. Should not have a child. Let me see if I got. Okay, good. No clip of her. I ain't got no clip of her. So that's Raven. She's been arrested. Shame. First of all, let's also do shame on police officers. It took y'all this long to catch this woman. Seriously though, I know she may not have been a priority, but think about the kids. Think about the kids. Them the real ones who lost and suffered in this situation. And this scandalous ass woman. She out here still. Fuck off. All right, let's get to this really, 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 really sad story of the day. Breaking story coming into us this week out of Texas. Texas mom stabs 3 children to death 2 years ago. Her twin sister was accused of the same fucking crime. So let me tell you about this story. Now, this is a really sad story, and I want to do these babies some justice. So, 25-year-old, and because I couldn't say her name, I'm gonna clip it here. 25-year-old Shamaya Diashane Hall in Italy, Texas. Okay, so she lost custody of her children. She didn't have custody of her kids, none of them. And so the courts turned them over to an immediate relative. Now, she lost custody of her kids because she tried to shoot somebody. Okay. The person she tried to shoot was her sister's boyfriend. And they all in the same house at one time. She get an attitude. She wants to shoot him. Now there was some commotion going on while the kids were there. So they took kids from her, put the kids in care of somebody immediate family member. All roads Roman to believe that this was either the mother or the grandmother. So this person has care of the kids, right? Over this 2-year period where she has not had custody of the kids, she was told that she could not have unsupervised visits with these children. And at the same time, the father and his mother, the paternal grandparents, were trying to get custody so bad. They were trying so hard. But because most cases, the children are given to the maternal side of the family. And that's one of those things I don't know. I can't even give an answer to. So the mom has been in this 2-year period, she's been just having supervised visits with these kids. Now, the person who's in charge of the care of the kids was not reporting it, was not calling the police, not saying nothing. So the father, in his efforts to get custody, had been saying stuff. Yo, I think she's watching the kid. I think she's going over there. So Child Protective Services was tipped off Friday. She's over there. She has unsupervised visits with these kids. Get over there. So they show up. Send the police. The police show up. Baby, when she realized that the police were there because she was watching those kids, she attacked all of her children. Okay? She attacked the 6-year-old boy. She attacked her 5-year-old twins. She attacked her 4-year-old and her 13-month-old baby. Now, only 2 survived. This all happened right there on the scene. Only 2 survived. And here are the twins. Their names are Aaliyah and Aiden Chappelle. And here's the 6-year-old who lost his life. His name is Legend Chappelle. Makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. These babies, she just started stabbing them, all of them. She stabbed the 13-month-old and the 4-year-old who's in the hospital right now in critical condition at the hands of their mother. So they arrest her. She gets arrested. And we're here. Now we're here. She's facing the children's mother. She's been booked into the Wayne McCollum Detention Center in Ellis County and charged with 3 counts of capital murder. She also faces 2 additional charges of aggravated assault against a family member with a weapon. And so we're here. Now, the craziest part of this story is that her sister did the same shit to her own 7-year-old child 2 years ago. And it was fatal, killed her. A 16 allegedly stabbed a 7-year-old boy over 30 minutes at a home in Dallas. And so she was found to be unfit to face trial. So she's now in a mental health facility. And so you have both of them. These are the 2 sisters. You got Shamaya and Troy Shea now in custody, both for killing their children. Again, that unfit motherfucking parent list just keeps growing. What the fuck? because they were taking them. I guess you said if I can't have them, nobody can. One thing you forgot to just take yourself. And I'm not trying to say nothing, but yeah, you forgot. That was the one thing that should have been the start. That should have been the start. So y'all get into this, and I'm sorry if this really tugs at anybody, but I wanted to talk about the story. It's a sad story.
And we begin with breaking news in Ellis County. 3 children found dead and 2 others rushed to a hospital with stab wounds. Sources tell us the suspect is the children's mother and is in custody tonight. Police have been at a home in Italy since 4 this afternoon. That's located off I-35, about 40 miles south of Dallas. WFAA's Matt Howerton joins us live after speaking to relatives and investigators tonight. Matt.
Yeah, Cynthia, I don't know how to say this here, but what happened here on this street in this tiny community behind me is simply unfathomable. A mother, police say, stabbing her own children, 3 of them to death. Police still on scene here tonight telling us that all this happened around 4 p.m. this afternoon. And believe me when I tell you, something like this that happened on this tiny street in this tiny community has sent a titanic shockwave through so many here in Italy, Texas. So far, what we know tonight, it is unknown what sparked the killings, but WFAA sources telling us the mother stabbed her children when a CPS worker who suspected the mom was having unsupervised visitations arrived at a home on the street where the children lived to check on everyone unannounced. The children, we were told, were living with another relative at the time. The kids living here under the supervision of another relative, as we said, police telling us that CPS worker called 911 when she found all of them dead. 3 of the children, all young, 2 more taken to the hospital. Their injuries unknown tonight. Police not saying much else. We don't know the name of the mother or what charges she's facing right now. Our cameras did capture a group praying outside the home moments ago. As we said, everyone here very upset, shocked. A relative who babysat the kids spoke with us tonight, saying she remembers holding the children like it was just yesterday.
And I just want everybody to know them are some beautiful angels. And I love them. And I know God never make no mistake. And I just want to say, they gain their wings. And this is something that hurts so bad.
And CPS sent us this statement tonight saying we are shocked by this incomprehensible tragedy and already working with law enforcement to investigate how this happened and why. As we said,
I don't want to hear it. First of all, so let's get into what were the signs. First of all, whoever was the person in care of them children, they need to be questioned immediately. My first question, was this the first time this parent has come over here during these unsupervised visits, and why didn't you tell us? There needs to be some accountability there. Ain't no way in hell you can tell me this is the first time she popped up. You may not know what she's capable of, but I'm sure somebody does. You need to be calling and let folks know, not for your own safety, man, but for the kids' safety, because clearly we just seeing what happened. And aren't you fearful that doing something like this, they can get taken out of your care too? Don't you care enough about them? So now we have that. Then let's go into police. So my biggest thing is that I felt like it. I don't know if it's supposed to be sensitivity around knocking or however or what, but whomever tipped this mother off that they were coming, however they did it, police, we're in here, we're coming for you. Whatever that was, I just felt like I don't know if you startled this woman. I don't know how this approach came about, but I felt like that needs to be checked. Those protocols need to be checked again. That no knock warrant shit that pop up for an unsupervised visit, you don't know what kind of unsafe situation you're putting children in when you just pop up on some shit. Because you might have a parent that might say, oh shit, let me just attack my kids. It needs to be a better way of doing this. There needs to be a better coordinated strategy at doing this. Maybe the focus needs to be focusing on the person who's supposed to be giving the children care. Maybe that person needs to be put on more of the grandstand so that they know that, hey, they're gonna pop up on me. You shouldn't be over here. Versus you're now trying to check her. Focus on the person who is accountable. Put that accountability on them. Because whatever y'all doing, I just don't think it's the right tactic. Moving in the way we're moving in this country, people will take their own fucking kids' life. I'm being serious. We see this shit. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Rest in peace to Aiden and Aaliyah. Rest in peace, babies. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to you, legend. They say he likes Spider-Man on the GoFundMe page. Rest in peace to y'all. May God be with y'all souls. I don't believe it was the first time. I think they have been. Of course. You know, right? Of course. Mental issues. Everyone shouldn't be a mother. That is so horrible. I can only imagine those kids' thoughts. May they rest in peace. She should have kept that smile to herself. She looks like a dusty, rabbit hoe, not a heifer. Hey, Miss B-Town Hester. Thank y'all for being here with me. Zap, if you ever smell a dead body, you will remember it. Okay? You'll definitely remember it. All right, y'all. So that was local news. Let's pull up real quick. All right, let's get into some quickies and rumors. So we got some clips too. So y'all stay for some clips. Now, the first quickie and rumor I want to talk about is Monique. So y'all know her Netflix special is coming. It's coming on April 4th. And this has been the 2-year wait in anticipation. You know, she sued Netflix back in 2018. She got her little settlement, and we just been waiting on this. And so we've been waiting. And so now it's here. She's gonna be doing her big comedy special. But it's interesting because you know every time somebody do a comedy special, they start leaking out things that they are going to talk about. So we now know that her comedy special is going to be based upon her relationship with her and her man. And so one thing that she's been out in the media talking about is the fact that they're no longer doing an open relationship. She's just grew up out of it. And I always say that about people in open relationships. I'm always like, there's a point that, yeah, it looks good, but that's not a forever thing. That could be a temporary solution to something you all are going through. But an open relationship is not a forever because it's not a relationship. Relationship is not, I, in my mind, think it's closed. It's between you and me or people and things, but it's not an open, can't nobody else just jump in. And what kind of shit is that? So in my mind, and it's so interesting to see her come full circle after years of us telling her, Mo, you're not in an open relationship, honey. You probably just got cheated on or you cheated on him. And so she goes to say, during an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, she goes on to say, life began to happen. I began to see a strength I had never seen before. He loved me at my worst. I didn't want to sacrifice that just for a leg. So I grew out of that. Of course you grew out of that. Of course. And so she says, Sydney had this one thing he had to teach me, and that was reciprocity. He said, if you can have that, it's only fair that I can have that too. Now, Mo, can we just get out of one thing? Stop letting this man teach you shit. You're a grown-ass woman at this point. I mean, God and and maybe a professor should be teaching you some shit, but this is getting overboard. He's still teaching you shit. I wanted to continue to see the gentleman that I was seeing, and I felt comfortable telling my best friend Hicks, I'm grateful he taught me I had to play fair. All right, Mo. You know I'm Mo all day, but I'm interested to see it. So her show is called My Name is Monique. It's going to be on April 4th. She's going to be talking about racial discrimination, her relationship, a whole bunch of stuff. Now the Netflix trailer is released. It's on her YouTube. It's on Netflix YouTube channel. I didn't want to play it today because it gives a lot of the show away, and I wanted to say some things for you ought to check out. So shout out to Monique. Now, my next thing in Quickies and Rumors is Yay. So y'all, they are dicking Yay over. Baby, word on the curb is that with the 1.3 billion left in unsold Yeezys, they are going to be giving that shit away for free. Now, the word on the curb, it's all allegedly what I've been reading, is that they're planning to turn this into a philanthropic endeavor so that they can claim the losses on next year's balance sheet. And so what they're saying is it might be a promotional effort to boost up another shoe or another product line by saying we'll throw in a batch of unnamed Yeezys. Because remember, these are only the shoes that won't have the Yeezy brand name or anything. These were Yeezy designs, and they just created a bunch of them before putting his name on them. So they're gonna like pair them up. I can see them trying to boost another Adidas shoe by saying we're gonna throw this in. You buy one, you get a pair of shoes free. It's supposed to be a philanthropic endeavor. So don't know what countries they plan to try this in, but this is what the CEO has been quoted as saying, that we're looking at how we can make this philanthropic, give it away. I said, y'all are really trying to damage this man's brand. The easiest way to water a brand down and damage a brand is to give it away for free. Anyone can tell you that. The only time you give away something free is if you're giving it away free to your customer base. They're already rich. Okay, they're already they already buy your stuff. But to give away Yeezy products that to people who potentially wasn't buying it, you know, in countries that may not have ever saw Yeezy, or in communities that may never wore Yeezy, to now make it available to anyone and everywhere, sort of diminishes his brand a little bit. So I see the play there, but they want their money. They want to recoup some of their losses. So that was Jay and Adidas. Let's talk about Angie Stone. I don't know how I feel about Angie Stone. I just know I feel a way about Angie Stone. She's not my favorite person. Maybe that TV show R&B Divas did it for me. So Angie Stone is out here talking about Angie Stone claims D'Angelo won't work with her due to his pride. He doesn't want to share the credit. The former couple worked together on their individual debut albums and share a son. And so she out here talking about, because the question has been, when is D'Angelo and Angie Stone gonna come out and make a record? Well, she out here clapping back like, it ain't me. It ain't me. It's him. So she's like, everybody and their mama wish Angie Stone and D'Angelo would get back together and work again. I've heard it a million times. His pride as a man would not allow of him to do that because he doesn't want to share the credit. He doesn't want it to look like, what if I get with her and we win? Then it's going to look like she did it. I mean, the writing's on the wall. But hey, if you want to roll like that, I'm not mad at you. But that's not my spirit. I said, it could be true, but you just so full of your own panty grease. Like, girl, okay. So it don't look like we'll be having no Angie Stone and D'Angelo duet anytime soon. Let's get into Kareem. So Kareem Steffens is out here. She revealed she had a baby bump back in February of 18. But now she's out here trying to start over a new leaf. Like, she wants people to call her by her real name now, which is Elizabeth Stevenson. She doesn't want anybody to, sort of refer to her in that manner. And she has a podcast now. She's really trying to change out of it. And so she had one quote in this article that I thought was the best quote that she said. And I think we all can sort of relate to this. And so here's what she said. She said that publishers did not want me to stop. So they kept asking me to write the same book over and over again. I started a persona that nobody wanted me to finish. She had to keep going. By the time I got to my mid 30s, I was like, guys, I've grown and my son is getting older. I can't continue to write this way. So there was a time where the persona and the person went through a little war. The person was growing and the person was learning and the person was evolving, but the persona can't. And that's a beautiful quote. I even walked away with that. Like, sometimes you do get stuck in your own persona because you've benefited from it. It's worked for you. Being an evil bitch in your profession might work for you getting to the top, or being a certain way or having a certain behavior. It may work for you. That might be a persona. But as you grow as a person, you outgrow that persona. The persona is not growing, but you're growing. And sometimes we don't know when it's time to, okay, I got to shed that and move forward. And I love how she put that about herself. She's like, yeah, I used to be Superhead Kareem Steffens, but it's not me no more, y'all. Like, I still fuck around. I'm having baby, but I don't do it like that no more. And I think that's so mature. Remember our word evolving? That's so mature. So shout out to Kareem Steffens for sharing that little word of wisdom with us today. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah, I wanted to show y'all this. So I stopped talking about them, but they're back. So y'all remember the big red ass boots that I was telling y'all that everybody trying to push now? Well, it's made its way to the fucking streets. Check this shit out.
Man, I know you ain't get them big ass ugly shoes.
Man, come on, yo, first nigga on the block with them bitches. Big, yo. Nigga ain't seen it yet. Real West Side shit, man. First nigga on the block with them bitches. I don't want to see none of y'all nigga on the East Side trying to bite the drip. Y'all nigga know who did it first, man.
Well, stupid.
Yeah, stupid, fresh, bitch. A lot of y'all nigga don't know how to put this shit together, man. That's why y'all scared of these. I had to go red boot, mirrory, and I kept it light up top, crisp ass white tee. No count. It's your block shit. I could have went so many different stupid ways. Like the hold up.
Yeah, you stand out like a silver storm.
Yeah. Get your ass in that goddamn stove. Block shit, man. Nigga know I'm putting this shit on every day.
Hell nah.
And there you have it. So before anybody talk about all the gays bringing all this weird shit out, I don't want to hear it. That's a whole nigga on the block. You see his friends looking like, bro, what? So for real? And I even said, for real? You really pulling this shit off? You really trying to pull that shit off, y'all? All right, now let's get into some clips. While we're here, let's just stay in clips. So I thought I heard all the craziest shit that I could hear. I thought I probably got to the point where it's like, you really can't say nothing too much crazy to me or define nothing else to me. I was wrong. Now, this girl is justifying why she won't submit to a black man. Now, everyone has their own version of submitting to whomever they're dating. A black woman, black man, white woman, white man, whomever. She's talking about it from her perspective, why she won't submit to a black man. And like I said, I thought I heard everything. I really wanted to talk to her parents. Like it was like, no, it's like, I was like, I don't even want to talk to you, girl. Where your mom and dad at? Because clearly something ain't right. Listen to this trapaholic ass broad.
Every day I get online, men always complain about black women, at least black men. Black women this, black women that. Our name just always in y'all mouth. Black women are submissive towards black men, how white women are submissive to white men. Well, because the white man is the slave master. The rest of the people are the slaves. Why would I submit to a slave? I don't submit to no slave. I submit to my slave master, which is the white man. But I would never submit to no slave, which is the black man. You supposed to submit just like me. Why would I be submissive towards you when you got somebody you need to be submissive towards too?
Did y'all hear her? Girl, I would denounce you as a friend. I would denounce you as family. Girl, I would look at you and roll my eyes every single time. Now, the girl ain't no older than like 20, 21. Young baby to me. Like, you young as hell in the brain, girl. What the fuck are you talking about? Her definition, I can't submit to a black man because we're both supposed to be submitting to the white man. So, how am I submit to you and you got to submit to somebody? Ship that hoe to Russia. I want her to go to Russia. Bitch, go over to Russia. Please. I want you to go to Russia and submit to the first white man you see. When you get off the airport, the first white man, I want you to submit. Oh, now that's the definition of a coon. Okay? If you've never saw one. Okay? Dummy by far. Now, you thought that was dumb? Now get into this next clip. Okay? McDonald's. You know how y'all have been in this situation before, because I know I have. Not at McDonald's, but at another restaurant. So they have this thing now where you can order your food on the app and you can go through the drive-thru and pick it up, which I think is so fucking dumb. Like, if you can do it through the app, you should be able to just walk in the store and grab it. Like I do with Panera. I order through the app and go in and grab it off the shelf. Why do I have to sit my late? I done already got lazy on the app. Now I'm lazy in the damn drive-through line. Now I get for people doing road trips. I get that. You really, I get that. But that's lazy. Well, this lady, she did that. And she drove in the drive-through to get her order. And so the man all the orders he had at the time were the orders of people who were asking them as he was making them. Her order was at another shelf. So he told her, you have to go to the second window. So she's looking at the shelf. Well, that's my order right there. He's like, ma'am, that's not your order. You got to go to the second shelf. These are orders for people who are calling them. They're like drive-through orders. So she pissed. So she go to the second window and the man says, ma'am, can you pull over to the mobile order app parking spot and I'll bring your order out to you. At this point, she's like, my order is back there. And I be seeing this shit happening like, bitch, you better hurry up because I want my fries fresh because I will tell them to give me some more fries. So she goes and pulls to the parking spot, but she don't wait. She gets out the car and she goes in and y'all just guess what she does. Now, see, I couldn't have the restraint this man had when somebody does what she does. She did to him. The coworker had more nuts than him. But, we got to do our job, so check this out, crew.
To my manager at McDonald's.
Oh, look.
What you gonna do?
I ain't gonna do nothing.
You're not serving me because you scared of my sister?
I'm not
You're
serving you.
not serving me
I'm not
because you
serving
scared of
you.
my sister? I was in the drive-thru.
I'm not serving you because I don't have your order.
You had my order.
I don't
You
have
got me
your
here 2 times today.
I do not have
Everybody
your
had my
order.
order but you.
I do not have your order.
Everybody had my order
So,
but you.
I'm not about to
Everybody
touch you.
had
I'm
my
not
order but you.
I do not have your order.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Oh, what the fuck?
Now I'm about to police.
Yeah, call the police, nigga. This ain't what you want. Call the police. Pussy ass nigga.
I am about to call the police right now.
Give me your fucking McDonald's ass.
Yeah, now you about to get arrested.
Yeah.
All over McDonald's?
I got this.
Over McDonald's?
No,
over McDonald's.
Over
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter, man. It don't matter. I'm not gonna meet you back because you're a whole woman.
I'll get her back.
You're a whole woman. You're a whole woman.
You a bitch ass nigga.
Ooh.
Hell no. Hell this.
All right.
Hell this. I say hell no. You want me? We can jump right now. Oh, you
She's spitting his face.
Oh,
She's spitting his face. She's spitting his face.
get her license.
Hey, get her license plate, D. Get license plate number D.
Get her license.
Get license plate number D. Get license plate number D. Hell no. Get that shit. Get that shit. That shit. Dumb. Dumb. We got that shit full HD, bitch.
I got the license plate, D. You better
License plate.
Fuck a
License
license
plate.
plate.
We got license plate. We straight. We straight.
Fuck a license plate. You spit in my face. Your license plate is cute. It's for the records and following a proper police report. You're not finna spit in my face. I tell you, there's lines and boundaries. You're not about to spit in my face because you're wrong as the customer. Yeah, it may take you a little bit longer, but you crossed the line. You crossed the line. Spitting in my face because you didn't get your drive-through order, and at the end of the day, you ended up still getting it. You just wanted to come and prove a point. So now I got to get my face spat in. Some people need that ass whoop because it's the lesson that they've never learned. Like that lady needed somebody to put her on her back because she didn't learn that lesson. Now I feel when something else happened to this, because she got away with this, I spit on him and ain't shit happened to me. The next person she spit on, you need to roll this hoe. You need to roll this disrespectful ass lady. Roll her. I'm telling you, it's the lessons that people miss that they need to learn. That's why I be very conscious about how I move, because there are certain lessons, of course, I've learned. Of course. Some of the biggest lessons I've learned of how to be a upstanding human being while still having my own opinions. You can do it. That certainly ain't it. I'm not going to no restaurant spitting on no man because I had to wait. Now, there's been times where I'll just pull the fuck off and not pay. Which I wait, especially at Chick-fil-A. Bitch, I'm not going to do this. I'll back right up. Nope, not today. And I'll pull right off. They got one line all goes. I'm like, why y'all just got one in this area? Line go all the way around. I'd be so damn mad. All this for Chick-fil-A? Bitch, bye. So, womp, womp, womp. They should get that woman. But y'all should let that girl jump her. I'm not trying to be funny, but y'all should let her jump her. Right. There's a way and there's a right. Okay. Okay. Happy Friday. Thank you, boo. She should have been snatched up. Brick girl. Me and you, I can see us both just walking right. Turn the camera off. When you see me walk out there, turn the camera off. Get everything you need now. Do some hot grease or something on her. She would have left there looking like she worked there. Promise you that. The only and last time I hit a woman, she spit in my face. Baby, a whole hog, dog walk you so quick, she'll probably have a special treat in her food one day. She better not go back. A whole spat. My cousins are something else. Horrible. It is awkward. It is silly. The whole drive-through thing, I just don't. That's very disturbing. Hey, lovely Lovelace and Linda B. Thank y'all for being here this morning. First of all, she looked like a chocolate grasshopper. We need to pray for her. Y'all talking about that girl. What is wrong with that silly girl? She just a silly Billy Willie. She is silly. She is silly. Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
Every day I get online, men always complain about black women, at least black men. Black women this, black women that. Our name just always in y'all mouth. Black women are submissive towards black men, how white women are submissive to white men. Well, because the white man is the slave master. The rest of the people are the slaves. Why would I submit to a slave? I don't submit to no slave. I submit to my slave master, which is the white man. But I would never submit to no slave, which is the black man. You supposed to submit just like me. Why would I be submissive towards you when you got somebody you need to be submissive towards too?
Bitch. Not one parent walked through the door. Nobody bust through the door and hurt. What the fuck you in here talking about? Bitch, I hope you what you in here? What's going on in here? The hell you in here talking about? Girl, if you don't turn that damn camera off. All you just saw was, give me that goddamn camera. I told you about it. The fuck? She needs healing. The course she's on, honey, you need healing. I see you getting screwed over a lot in your life. We all supposed to submit to the slave master. See you, that hoe, that take the fault for shit that you ain't even fucking do. Crazy, bitch. Crazy. Now let me see. Is that all I wanted to do in quickies? Everything else is hot topics. All right. That's all I wanted to do in quickies. Let's move right over into our hot. Dun, dun, dun. I got another clip I want to show y'all later. It was cute to me. I said I'll show y'all after the show. So the first thing in hot topics I want to talk about, oh my God, is Rochester, New York. How the fuck did Rochester, New York, my hometown, make it to Rolling Stone magazine, make it to CNN, make it to all these fucking magazines? You want to know why? And I said, I think it'd be God who says, Roman, cover some people, certain people, like track them. And y'all know how I always be having Glo Rilla in all of my shit. Let's talk about her at this concert. Let's talk about her. You ain't doing right, girl, in these stages. Why have I always been tracking her performances and the shit she's been doing on the stage? And then come to find out, girl had a whole fucking riot at her Glo Rilla concert. And it's so funny. This is a Rolling Stone article. Glo Rilla concert venue was known locally as a death trap. Now it's actually become one. Fans who attended the Rochester, New York show had heard rumors about the venue's safety practices, but they didn't think a night out would leave 2 dead and 8 others injured. Now, I was blown back. I read that. I was like, wow. So at the Armory. Now, Rochester, you know, it's a small ass city. So anytime somebody comes, baby, it's the talk of the town. It's the thing. So I could only imagine Glo Rilla being on WDKX, all of the announcements, everybody, oh, you going to that Glo concert? Everybody in the mall, girls is getting their nails done. All the hair salons was probably packed. Baby, that's how it is in Rochester. No lie. One major artist come because we don't get a lot. They always go to Buffalo. We may get a sprinkle, but they're not like the head. They're not like you know, we had Cardi B. but it was in the Cardi B coming up days. So Glo Rilla, she's there. And so, and I don't want to take away, Rochester does have some concerts, but you can imagine they're far and few between because shit like this happens. So Glo Rilla comes. Everybody is buying tickets. Everybody going, you know, getting your hair did. Everybody trying to show up. So this is what the Armory looks like on the inside, right? It's literally, y'all, literally a fucking a floor hall, a floor. Doors open. They can have parties in there. They put a stage up in the middle of the floor. Then it becomes a concert. It's not a seated venue. It's standing only. Even the parties that we used to go to in that bitch was unsafe. You know, it used to be like, damn, bitch. It used to be dark in that bitch. Like, God damn. So everybody was in there. Now, this is what the entrance of the Glo Rilla concert looked like after. Look at this. Rochester, New York, Armory. Ain't that a bitch? On East Main Street, child. I said, what? It's funny when you see it in the news and you be like, what the fuck y'all doing in Rochester? So let's talk about what happened. So apparently they're at her concert. There was somebody allegedly heard some gunshots. And once somebody heard gunshots and they started screaming gunshots, people started running. And it caused a stampede. Now, police who have been investigating saying it might not have been gunshots. What tipped it off might have been pepper spray. Somebody being pepper sprayed, which then caused a chain reaction. It could have been gunshots, and people have said that, but they have found no gunshots at the scene. They did find traces of pepper spray. But they said it could be anything. So at this point, they're just trying to figure it out. Well, these three victims have lost their lives. Glo Rilla and the artist beneath her was I think he was the co-artist. I don't know who he is. But these three victims have lost their lives. One of them was from Buffalo. I think two was from Rochester. And I said, wow. So now they done shut the venue down, baby. Now, mind you, Armory would have parties. Armory would be the black spot for black people to go. We don't got much shit to do there. So they done shut them down by removing their liquor license and their ability to host events. And they're doing a full-on investigation. Glo Rilla is upset. You know, she offers her apologies, her sympathy. Here's my thing. Glo Rilla, there's a reason why I've been literally telling you are doing too much at these shows. From snapping out on people, from throwing stuff on your stage, from throwing your wig and shit off on the stage, doing all these unnecessary acts. And it's all building up to, what do we have now? This shit. You got to stampede. Now, it wasn't your fault. Not at all. I won't say it was your fault. Nothing that you could have done to control. But this kind of stuff definitely doesn't help you as the artist. As the artist, it makes it hard for you to be able to go to another city and say, yeah, let's do standing room concert shows. That shit don't go off well. All of your standing shows have been like this. Now, for the people in the crowd, I'm not going to no Glo Rilla concert where it's standing room. I'm not doing that. Not at all. Not at all. Mm-mm. Nope, won't happen. So we're here. I asked my TT yesterday about it. She said she really hasn't heard anything about it. She don't really follow. She didn't even know who Gorilla was. I said Glo Rilla. Oh, I said yeah. She don't even know who it was. So rest in peace. Rest in peace to you all. And it's just so sad. All of this at an arena. All them Rochester folks being there, baby. Can you imagine the stampede that went on? So another thing in hot topics I want to talk about is Debra Lee. So Debra Lee has come out here with her secret that she had an affair with Robert Johnson, the former CEO of BET. Now, I thought that her delivery and her message was great. You know, I felt like it was great. It probably was something she wanted to get off her chest for a long time, but it made me think, how many other women in these kinds of roles go through this same shit and have kept it a secret for a while? She said this man even threatened to take her job from her. Oh, you want to break up with me? Then you can leave tomorrow. I never expected that from him. And we don't expect that from a lot of people. But a lot of people, a lot of times, are sneakiest behind the scenes, and at best with the people they have the most authority over. So y'all check out what Debra Lee had to say, and shout out to you, Debra Lee, for coming out and giving us this great sort of self-reflective moment. It was great, and I took from it too. So I hope you all take from it, and I hope y'all hit the like button. And crew, thank y'all for still rocking and rolling with me, staying here with me as we go through this studies.
Dynamics are so important in a relationship, and especially if you're having a relationship with someone you work for.
Right.
And we all know the potential pitfalls. I worked for Bob Johnson for 10 years before we had a personal romantic relationship, and he was a mentor, and he pushed me, and he's responsible for a lot of my success. We did have a relationship while we were both married. We ended up both divorced, and then people knew about the relationship. The company knew, public, we started going places together. The downfall of a relationship like that is if you want to get out of it. And that's the part where it came, and I wanted to break up. I saw it wasn't a long-term relationship, and my job and my career was held over my head. And it was like, well, if you want to break up with me, then you can leave tomorrow. And that was, 20 years into my career at BET, so I would have lost everything. Yeah. I would have lost my career, my job, my ability maybe to get another job, because if I couldn't get a reference for the person I worked for 20 years, how do I explain that? And by that time, I was a single mother with 2 children. So it was a tough time, and I didn't have anyone to talk to about it because I didn't have female role models. There weren't a lot of women ahead of me. I was embarrassed to talk to my family about it. So it was a dark time, and what saved me was therapy, and eventually Bob left the company and I became CEO, and I was CEO for 13 years without him being there, and I was able
A lot of success.
Right, and to live my dream, and without any form of harassment. So I guess after Me Too and Time's Up, I wanted women to know there's other kind of harassment. It's not all a man coming to the door in a robe.
And you know why I thought that was so great? Because sometimes I always question, why do women stay with men who cheat? And listening to her explain why she stayed with him, even though they both were having an affair, simply was because he held something over her head. And I oftentimes look at when women who stay with men who cheat, I often sometimes wonder, like, are you doing it simply because he's holding something over your head? And for her, it certainly was. But what it showed was sometimes the thing that they're holding over their head is a lifeline, her career. That's a hard fucking thing to do. When you're like a CEO, those are executive level decisions. We can easily say, yeah, I'll give up my CEO, but you're thinking about your career, your bag, your compensation, taking care of your family, being the head of the household, how this makes you look. All of those factor into those situations. So what this did for me was also weigh in that sometimes when I see these stories about women or men who are staying around with their spouses who cheat, I also have to weigh in the fact that sometimes those lifelines weigh heavier to them than what I expect they do. They do. And so I appreciated her for sharing that with us, sharing her story. I didn't even know what was going on at the time until I saw this come across. I said, oh, wow, she's being very candid about it. And she looks healthy. She looks healthy and she looks happy. Shout out to Debra. I appreciate her for sharing that with us. Now, I want to get into, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, yes. Can we talk about Will Smith? So, Will Smith is hurt, y'all. He's embarrassed and hurt by Chris Rock's Netflix special, calling out Oscar's slap. Now, what did I say? I said we have 2 things going here. You got, first it was Chris Rock. He got slapped. We're going to show him some sympathy and love. And then bash Will. Now we got people are bashing the fuck out of Chris Rock. and now we're showing Will Smith love and support. Do you see how this is working? It is just so much. It's karma playing twofold. And so we're here. Will Smith is alleging that he let it go. He's embarrassed and hurt by what Chris said about him and his family in his Netflix special. He didn't watch it, but he had people tell him what Chris said. Will and Jada Pinkett Smith have seen comments about it. He also said he's heard about Netflix. They made a distasteful move airing Rock's special. And we're like, it's just a money thing. They ain't gonna stop. But he's hurt. And also TJ Jackson came out here and he's mad at Chris Rock because Chris Rock made that joke about, they'll play a Michael Jackson song, but they won't play an R. Kelly song, talking about two different types of pedo. And so he went on to say, Chris Rock has used my family as a punching bag for his entire career. And he wanted to know, what did my family ever do to you to warrant these decades of harassment? He said, after seeing a new clip of him attacking my dead uncle in the first few minutes, he don't care. So a lot of people are expressing this kind of attitude towards Chris Rock right now. So I think it's pretty interesting to see how Chris Rock plays this out now. Chris Rock, it's on you now, boy, buddy, sir. It's certainly on you. And I think at this point, let it go. Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I think it's time to let it go. The Oscars is gonna be on March 12th. Will be a year now. Let this shit go. I think you probably made the most you're gonna make on this. Your jokes didn't really hit at your special selective outrage. It was okay. It wasn't your best work. Will Smith, he's had to bite the bullet in a lot of ways that we probably don't know. And so I think at this point, let it go. Because the only thing Chris Rock is doing is setting Will Smith up to come back bigger and badder and bolder than ever. And making Chris Rock's legacy sort of be tainted by how you seem bitter. Like you didn't get the effect that you thought you were going to get initially. Now it's like, okay. So you seem a little bitter. Let it go. I say let it go. Let it go. Let it go, Chris. Now, another person who needs to let shit go is Portia. So Portia did an interview, a sit down with Tamron Hall. And she, Tamron Hall is a journalist at best. Now, you got to look at this as two sides. She went on Tamron Hall's show, and Tamron Hall sort of has her own questions. And before I play that clip, let me just say, she had her own questions. Now, Tamron Hall, to me, I don't think she did anything wrong. They were having a conversation about her on her show, Portia and her show, and basically Real Housewife of Atlanta T. And they came across the question about her marriage. Are you getting married? What's going on with your marriage? Now, I'm watching, and I'm like, Tamron isn't asking anything out of the norm. I didn't see anything that made me feel like she was poking at a bear. Well, baby, Portia felt differently after the interview. And then it led to a lot of accusations that maybe Tamron Hall just doesn't see it for Portia. Maybe Tamron Hall was trying to fill in Wendy's shoes and be messy and heat the streets up. And I'm like, maybe she was just doing her job, because other than Real Housewives of Atlanta girl, Portia, and this marriage, there's really nothing else for you to talk about. Really isn't. I'm just being honest with you. So what was she supposed to do? Get up there and ask you about politics, Miss Underground Railroad? Was she supposed to ask you about, like, what? No, she asked you the right questions. Girl, so when's the date? So y'all get into what she had to ask. And shout out to Tamron Hall, always looking so well put together.
The episode that just aired of your show.
Yes.
Your fiance, Simon. When is the
Hi,
wedding?
Boo.
When is the wedding?
Right now, we haven't set our date. We are dating right now. He's still courting me. In the
Wait,
South.
how are you engaged and dating?
You don't date your husband?
No, I married him.
You should be dating. You should be keeping the excitement going. We're enjoying each other.
You're engaged to be married.
Right, and I'm still his special sweetheart. We are in the honeymoon phase. We're enjoying each other. Yeah, it'll come. Okay. And you don't need to be dating. We date. Date nights are important. It's important.
When he proposed, we set a wedding date and we followed through.
Yes, but you want to still keep up that nice feeling, getting dressed.
So will a wedding date prevent you from doing that?
In the South, we call it.
I'm Southern.
We call it the courtship moment. And he's still just treating me so special. We just bought a home together. We're about to move in. We've got so much going on that
you're buying I'm Southern. You're buying a home before married. That breaks a Southern rule.
No, we bought a home. We already bought the home. We've closed already.
I do believe the wedding is going to proceed. I think you're holding something back. I don't know what it is. You are. I'm just being honest with you. So Simon, well, this perhaps is why. So Simon revealed on the show that his grandfather had 25 wives. That's a lot. And that prompted you apparently to ask him if he'd ever cheat. He responded, if he'd ever cheated. And he responded, of course, everybody has cheated, which is true for some people, not everybody. And then people started commenting, believing that you were setting yourself up for a problematic relationship again.
Let's start with
Baby, Tamara Hall said, listen, you gonna come on my show, I'm gonna ask you the questions that people want to know. Girl, you're dating, so where's the date? And I think that was a valid question. I don't think anything was wrong with it. I felt like it, damn Tamara, can a nigga get a job behind the scenes? I'll queue up stories for you. I'll do the fact finding. I'll be back there. I'll do it for free for maybe 6 months. 6 months. I can do it for free. Then I'm gonna need something. But can I like, damn, let me put her on my list of things to do. I gotta do something. I'm just feeling the vibe. She just had me with that. I just loved it. She took it where it needed to go without being rude. She's like, well, that's Southern marriage. It wasn't windy messy. It was polite messy. Like, girl, you doing what now? You still need to date your man, girl. We've been married. What you talking about, date? Yeah, we got the date. I loved it. I'm here for it. Fuck that. Fuck you mean, bitch? What? Well, Portia wasn't. Portia was not here for it. She ended up going on, of course, none other than hating ass. Charlamagne the guy, he hops on anybody who hates anything. I just don't understand. So she took herself there. And here's what she had to say.
Expound on that. But when you have someone like a Tamron talking to you and she's giving you accolades and she's, raising you up to do nothing but set you up to say something that's going to be catchy and she can look like a journalist, then that's where you find Angela in this place, trending for the wrong thing.
What you said just now is interesting, Portia, because I feel like Tamron Hall and her producers got together at some point and said, look, Wendy Williams is leaving, so somebody on daytime TV has to be messy. Because it feels like Tamron has been being messy on that show lately. Is it just me?
Hidden mess.
Okay.
It's a hidden mess. I went on Tamara's show and I was so excited. Okay. I mean, she's a beautiful Black woman. She's, branched off, got her own show.
Absolutely.
I did not necessarily feel supported on her show.
Really?
Did I expect her to agree with everything? I was promoting my book, The Pursuit of Portia. I didn't expect her to agree with everything. But there was a turn where it turned from just her asking questions about the book to her kind of almost attacking me, almost making me feel like I had to justify anything that I had going on, and it just didn't feel good.
Right. Did you feel that way too, Emmy?
Did you feel?
Yeah. Me and my wife went on there, and it was a situation. If you picked up my book, I talk about my life and how I was, and the reason we wrote this book is to try to help other brothers and help other couples.
Right.
And I talk about how insecure I was as a young person. Me and my wife been together since 15 and 16, and how I was, and how I treated her, and how I changed how I didn't know. And I think there was an incident that happened with her sister, and she was like, well, my sister was this and my sister was that. And it got to the point where I couldn't come back to that. But thank God my wife was there, and my wife was like, no, what happened with your sister and our relationship is totally different.
Right.
My husband has never threatened me with a gun or tried to kill me or any of those things. I can't remember, but of course they took that out. But
I'm sorry. We don't care about your relationship, sir. That's not what we're talking about. I'm sorry. Portia, it wasn't that deep, baby. See, y'all, this is the problem. Some celebrities who don't really have good PR training. You can't turn every moment into a moment. I would have walked away from like, good, she's talking. Now you're up here talking about how that wasn't a great interview. You could be, and the reason I'm saying this is, Portia, you don't know when the next time you and Tamara Hall might have another opportunity. She's not the person that you want to do that to. I wouldn't have done that. I don't think that was a cute move. Black women empowerment. I'd have hold a whole nother direction. You know, it was a lesson for me. You know, Tamara Hall, she's great at what she does. I was not prepared to answer the questions that she was throwing my way. I just was caught off guard. But let me say this, Tamara, we're going to have to sit down again and have another conversation so we can really go further. Girl, build a moment and build your opportunity in these moments. Don't create another moment. Don't create another dig a hole for yourself. Think about the bag and not about your persona. That's what you should have done. I'd have been trying to work a whole nother angle. I'd have been trying to get paid to come back out the part 2 Portia special, the sit down with Andy Cohen to talk about it. Let's get out of our own way. You're growing. You're still growing. I ain't saying you there. I'm damn sure not saying you there. There's so many more things you're doing that could help you along the way. These moves aren't certainly it. That's why I really wanted to say, like, you know, Portia, you could have just easily walked away. Like, all right, girl, do you? But you did it. And so we're here. Now you and her don't have I'm assuming, a good relationship. Okay, cool. Now I see Zap talking about Portia looks good. She do. She definitely does. Honestly, though, I think Portia is too fake to do that, to be grown about it. Right. That's what I would have done. Took the grown route. Okay. People be telling their business and expect to have it taken serious when they don't carry themselves in that manner. So true, Bobby. Envy always have to put itself in the situations. Don't it? Don't it though? If you just remove it and just be honest. That's why I say it'd be hard for me to be jealous of somebody, because I look at the inspiration, motivation. I always be like, damn, nigga, you did that shit. Damn, let me figure out how to do that. Or, you know, I always try to figure it out and give people credit, because the blessing comes in you giving the credit. Once you, the minute it comes out your mouth, yo, you did that. That's what's up. You've now got the blessing twofold. You've appreciated someone for something they're doing, and now that appreciation can come back to you. So I always look at it like, you know, some people haven't learned, you know, immature. Oprah is the same way, just nice, nasty. Hey, Oprah, baby. Oh, Oprah, Oprah. Portia is a real hater because she did not kiss her arse. That's one person I really cannot say nothing bad about. Like, you know, everybody got on their channels or shows somebody they can't say nothing bad about. I just be like, I can't say nothing bad about it. It was something in the news the other day I wanted to talk about on the show. I said, nah, I'm just gonna leave that alone. You know, she done bought up some whole acres out in Hawaii. And the people out in Hawaii are mad. I said, Oprah, you buying up all their land? And she ain't just buy it anywhere. Bitch, Oprah bought the land next to the Capitol. I said, shout out to Oprah. That's rich person shit, girl. That's like somebody coming to the United States and buying land next to the White House. First of all, how in the hell you can do that? So that's how I just let it go. Tamara asks what people want to know. Period. 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 It's a collection of different guests and different situations and statements she says in each interview that makes her appear to be messy. Just because it's funny don't mean it's shady. Exactly. It don't mean it's shady. Learn how to graciously work the interviewer so they don't feel slighted. And girl, what? She could have declined that answer gracefully. Okay, absolutely. You know how great I love grace. Just be graceful about, oh, that's a great question. I don't know. What do you think about it? You know, something like that. A little something, a little something like that. Now, that's all the hot topics I have for you all today. Please go ahead and now, I told you I had one last video I wanted to play for you all. Let me see if I still got it. I wanted to show you all. I thought it was so cute. And so one thing I really, really love, I really like accents. And I really like Southern accents. And so it's always weird, like when somebody up north dates somebody down south and their accents intertwine. So this couple sat down and actually talked. We're talking about how they have conversations, how sometimes they can't understand each other. And I thought it was so cute. So this is just a cute little clip. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all check this out. And shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for sticking around. But I thought this was so cute. You know, I love a Southern accent. I love them. I'd be like, oh, shit.
Those of you guys who do not know, Teddy is from,
I'm from Houston.
and I am from California. So sometimes the way we speak is a little bit different, especially Teddy. I say things the correct way, and he says
Proper.
Okay, I say things the proper way, and he says things the good old country way.
The right way.
So today we're gonna do a challenge where I say things the way that they're supposed to be said, and Teddy is gonna say them how he says them. First thing, do you know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm talking about? Know what I'm talking about?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Today been a hard day. You know what I'm talking about?
What's so wrong with you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, we got
this problem.
We ain't starting no. Keep this going. We going nuh-uh. Cause
I'm sick too. Sorry, y'all. Come here.
Come here. Come here.
Come
HEA.
here.
No,
Come here.
You're saying it like it's one word. Come here. What the fuck is that?
Don't it sound right when you say it?
No.
Come here.
Come here. Iron.
Iron. And that's non-debatable.
Iron.
I'm not debating with that. It's
How are
iron.
you not going to debate that you're missing the R?
It's iron.
Iron.
Next
Okay. Business.
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 Business. And this is gonna be in the captions.
Business.
You're missing the S and the I.
I'm gonna write it how it's supposed to be in the captions. Watch. And just
He's
come on.
so serious too. House.
Highs.
That is a whole new word.
A whole nother word.
That's a whole new word, babe.
House.
House.
I gotta pray for a second.
Me too.
Cause you working my nerve. It's highs.
Floor.
Flow. Get the shit up off the flow. Mop the flow.
Do y'all know I be doing this to Pizarro when she be live? I do this all the time. I be like, Pizarro, ma'am. I be like, no, you will not say it. You will not say. What was the word the other day? Oh my God, was it besmirchified? I was like, first of all, we say the wrong word, but you're not gonna say the wrong word the wrong way. It is so cute. I love me some Southern accents, baby. I'll be on the phone all night, like, wait, what? Say that shit again. What? Yep, flow. What is the flow? It's the floor. I need the floor. Cutting it real short. Okay. Bobby, thank you so much, Bobby. Holding it down. Shout out to the Moddies. Yes, honey. Yes. Oh, you like it too? You like it too? Okay, me too, King. She cusses me out. I be doing that. I'll be like, that's why I love hearing Pizarro. I know we all do. We all like the country slang. I know I do. No, I can't say that here because then it'll be messy. Somebody be thinking I'm not. But the only one is Dovey. Nope. I can't even do it. I'll be like, what, Dovey? I'll be laughing like, wait, what? What you say, Dovey? Y'all gonna leave us Southerners. I love it. I'm telling you. If anybody love it, I love it. She's slow. She can't help it. She ain't slow. She be playing with y'all. That's what it is. I be seeing the plays, baby. I'll be watching. I'll be like, look at her. Look at you. Look. She about to drop down right now. She about to say that shit right there. Watch. Crew. Baby, thank y'all for being here. So, crew, it is a Friday. We had a nice little show. We talked about a lot of good things, covered a lot of stuff, as we always do. Coming up, We're gonna have Khalil Azad in Minnesota on Monday. I might just do an episode all about that. But if you have not caught on what's going on in Minnesota with Khalil Azad, check it out on Google. We're also going to I'm gonna update you on Tyree Nichols. A lot of new developments. They got another whole fourth fire department person arrested. Charged after being investigated. Video footage, 20 hours worth of video footage. They're trying not to keep in the courtroom. They don't want this to be in their trial. I said, why? Now, mind you, it wasn't 20 hours worth of footage that they used for this whole scene. But the problem is that they're counting 20 hours of footage that shows these officers before, after, and all of that stuff is critical. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some new laws that's coming out because of Tyree. And we're going to talk about the new angles that are at play with the police union because they're now out. Because at first they wasn't saying nothing. Now we want a full investigation. You want a full what? I know y'all ain't talking. A month later, you better shut it up. A full investigation, my ass. So we're gonna get into that on Monday. I promise. This is a promise from Roman. So this means this is dead ass. I don't joke with my promises. I promise I will be live Sunday morning for Awake and Breathe. So much other shit that's not our show shit that we got to talk about. Don't forget, I'm out May 19th to May 25th. No lives. I'm dead. Channel's gonna be some upload replays. I hope y'all come back through for them. Show me some love. Show me some support. I'm just gonna do them all as like videos. I was gonna do premieres, but I don't be liking the chat going and I'm not there. It's just so disrespectful. I see sometimes people do premieres and they're not there for their premieres. That's so disrespectful. So I don't want to do that to myself. But I'm gonna be out. Y'all probably like, oh, so you still going with dude? Y'all still linking up and together? We gonna talk about that on Sunday because I don't want to hear this shit. I'm going on my trip. I don't know what's going on. I'm going on my trip. I want to just thank y'all for being here. It's been a pleasure, yo. We already in the month of March. The judge blocked the release of the footage supposed to have been released yesterday. You see what I'm saying? My cousin say both of them. And the fact that I read that and knew exactly what you were saying, both of them, instead of both of them. Okay, now Dovey. Oh, shit. I like Dovey because Dovey stand in her own. She just be like, even if she messy, I'm putting more weight on it, bitch. I'm telling the story. It's just that, baby, when she gets to going, she gets to going. But I have family from all over the place, so I get used to hearing different accents. Yes, indeed. Yes, I love my country slang. Now I'm going to the stove. I'm beginning to understand Pizarro. I talk very proper. Why are we all like, I can't understand Dobie? You too, Bobby. Thank you so much, yo. Thank you. Hey, City Council here in Memphis also passed new laws blocking unmarked cars from pulling people over the other day, which need to just go all throughout the country. That needs to be a ripple effect. Yo, before I go, remember this quote. Start the show with it, and it's so relevant. And if you think it applies to you, I'm gonna put this on the community wall. In fact, because I always be saying that shit, y'all, and y'all be like, "Yeah, what you doing?" So I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right now. Right now, I'm putting it on my community wall, y'all, for sure. I wanted to show y'all this. Be grateful for any breakdowns. It means your mission is getting clear. Peace is within you. Money is flowing your way. You found out who your real friends are, and you are making health a priority. Means being happy, making health a priority, being happy about what you got going on in your life. So, remember that. And this that can go to anybody, but remember that. And shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here this morning. Okay, I'll be back Sunday for sure. And until next time, crew. Until next time. Yo, before I go, I'm trying to hit some panels. Some new panels, though. Some new channels. So if you at the replay at this part and you got a channel, trying to hit some panels just to talk regular talk. No, it ain't gotta be no beef sector shit, but just have some regular casual conversation. I'm open to all of that shit. So I'll be around on these streets this weekend trying to make myself available to do so. So let me know if you're gonna be popping off this weekend. And I will definitely come, kick it with you. And until next time, crew. Until next time. Deuces.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Let's start this show.